What's up, Leo? This is Jesse with 44 Astro with a general new moon tarot reading for the new moon coming up on March 10th. It is going to be at 20 degrees Pisces. It will be at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be in the 28th, that's the card, 28th mansion of the moon, which is the last mansion of the moon. So it is naturally about completion. There's a lot of energy in Pisces right now. There is a stellium between the sun, the moon. A stellium is just 3 or more conjunctions in a single sign. Sun, the moon, Mercury, and Neptune. This is very imaginative energy. This is could be distracting even energy. Pisces is about sacrifice. Pisces is about loss. Pisces is about spirituality and faith. And if you are Leo ascendant, you're talking about your 7th or 8th house. So 7th house is the house of your spouse or your one-on-one relationships. 8th house is the house of the occult. It is the house of sex and transformation, even inheritances in small amounts. So there could be confusion around those specific things in your life. Could be confusions or ideas about the dynamic of your one-on-one relationships. Pisces is about secret enemies in foreign lands as well. So there's also a square between Uranus and Mars. I'd be very careful about explosive anger, or even it being around you, or sudden sexual situations. It could happen at work for you, because I think it lights up your 10th house with Uranus, and your 6th house for Mars. So that could be like if you work out or you're at the gym, you could watch out for explosive situations there, because that's a house of physical health. Just overall, would watch out for like sudden explosive, because that's what Uranus represents. It's like sudden. It's the nervous system. It's sudden. It's electricity. And then Mars can represent sex, and it can represent anger and more of a mundane aspect and competition, things like this. It's the little malefic, but it is a malefic planet. But overall, the energy is heavily in Pisces. So careful of confusion in your one-on-one relationships. Make sure it's not all about ideas, and dreams can be really vivid, specifically dreams about your spouse or specific people in one-on-one relationships that you have in your life. But just be careful and make sure that it's not all about ideas, that it's also about action. And for Leo, that should be no problem. This is the card at the bottom. This is forward movement. Could be forward movement in love, but it could really, in relationships in general, it could be you offering your cup out. It could be somebody offering their cup to you. The moon card that you received, Leo, is balance, spirituality, and practicality. I mean, with that Piscean, this is a Pisces card, full moon in Pisces, even though this is a new moon in Pisces. Be careful about that. Be practical. Don't get lost in the dreams, like I said. It's going to be very dreamy energy. Your overall energy, Leo, is some kind of celebration. Some kind of social gathering that has happened or that will happen. And it could be a 3-party situation too, but it doesn't look like anything negative. It's crossed by the give and take. There's nothing bad there. Some kind of celebration maybe that you attended, and there was maybe gift exchanges. Could be like a wedding, something like that. Definitely could be a wedding card. It definitely has to do with a relationship. You're crowned by love, or the lovers. I'm saying balance, spirituality, and practicality. And they may be saying that in your relationship. Just because you may be a spiritual individual or someone that's inclined doesn't mean your partner is. So finding a balance between that can be rough sometimes. Not necessarily rough, but it's really just about communication and trying to, because you don't want to lose communication or connection with your partner because maybe they're not as spiritual as you, that type of thing, or they're not as inclined toward it, or just your social group in general. Like I said, whatever this gathering was, it has something to do with give and take. Whatever this social situation was that you attended. The only thing I can think of is really like maybe a wedding. Could be a birthday party. That could make sense. Either way, If you are single, it could be that at this gathering you met someone that may end up being the one. It's definitely possible. Or it could be that you attended it with your significant other. Okay. Behind you, this is something valuable being gifted to you. This could be you got your tax money, something like that. Could just be that you've recently got a new job or you moved forward financially in some way, or that you feel like whatever it is, you have enough or you've had enough. It could be an earth sign, but most likely it is something that was given to you that was valuable, or something that you received, or an opportunity that was presented to you that was valuable. And it may have been presented to you at this social gathering. It could be something for like work too, like a social gathering of people. Could even be like something like virtual, or social gatherings virtual. Nowadays, it's very, very common. But it led to transformation. I don't believe this is actual physical death. None of the other cards would suggest it. It's leading to some sort of transformation in the near future. Transformation of self could be transformation of the dynamic of your relationship, right? It could be a transformation of the give and take in your relationship, but not in a bad way, right? It's always good to evolve our relationship, right? It's always give and take anyway. And if it's a new relationship, you're going to learn about the give and take in a specific way. And for some of you that are single, I mean, this could be real spicy. It could involve 3 people. But it doesn't seem bad. It doesn't seem like it's heartbreaking or anything like that. But again, most likely it's just you met someone at a social situation or at a social gathering, if you're single, and it's going to help transform you. Specifically, the give and take in relationships are just going to teach you. But if you're already there with your significant other, it's going to probably help transform the dynamic of the give and take in your relationship, or specifically financially in your relationship. Maybe you decide to share a bank account now, that type of thing. This is in the unconscious influence. There could be a water sign. It could be that you have water in your chart, but most likely, because it's an unconscious influence, it's emotions, like your emotional self. This is a very balanced individual emotionally. So maybe you're very balanced emotionally right now. You're feeling very fulfilled. And it looks like, 3 cups is a very fulfilled card, especially emotionally. 3 people cheering, holding their cups up, which all represent emotions and love. You right now is planning. So whatever this valuable thing you received is, it's helping you to lay the groundwork or the plans for something that you want to do. I mean, maybe it's marriage. Maybe it's not you that's doing this. Maybe this is someone else. They may end up proposing to you, offering you the world, or an opportunity that comes if you're already in a relationship or married. It could be a very valuable opportunity that gives you the world, or exactly what you want in this life. In your environment, see, you could say this would be, a lot of people say it's being stuck, but this dude is enlightened. He's upside down. This is a very occult card. It's a very important card. This is a new perspective. You're looking, it's a transformation, so it's definitely a new perspective. Somehow you are going to be looking at things differently. If you are finding love, that will definitely make you look at things differently. You have another half now, and it's very, and especially if it's a good relationship, it can really uplift you and make you look at things differently. Or if you change the dynamic in your relationship, the whole give and take aspect of your relationship. Maybe you decide with your partner to have an open relationship. There's nothing wrong with that. Morals are created in our own head. What's morally right and wrong? That's all up to the individual to decide. People can decide that and still be good people. So I don't look down on that at all. Be open if you are. But if it's just a new dynamic specifically in your relationship about the give and take, that's awesome too. It can make you look at things very, very differently. And like I said, it could be opportunity and money as well. Because the advice is saying balance your money. So if there is this new opportunity coming in, it could be bringing more money. Or maybe because it's a change, maybe initially it won't bring more money, but you know that it has the possibility to be more money than you've ever had. At first, you may have to juggle some money in order to be able to get it to the point you need it to get to. Or if it's a relationship, you just want to make sure that you're balancing the give and take. Whatever this transformation is, make sure You're balanced in it because the outcome is whatever you want it to be. This is you creating it. Leo is the sun. Leo is the light. Things revolve around Leo. Whatever you create, there will be others that orbit around you. So you won't just be changing your life or your relationship. You're going to be changing others' lives. And any influence we have out in the world in general is going to have some sort of influence. Everything's energy, frequency, and vibration. So whilst we do influence our reality, our environment, the environment can also influence us. But either way, there's always an exchange and an alteration of energy. And if you're an individual that, like Leo, that represents the sun, that's big energy, right? So always be aware of what you create, because it's probably not just going to change your life, but others around you. Specifically, it looks like in love, your love life. And it could be an opportunity that developed from this social gathering. And this social gathering, this opportunity, it may also involve, if you're already married, your spouse as well. It may be an opportunity for both of you to accomplish something together. You just got to be balanced. That's what the advice is saying. Be balanced. New perspectives transformation gives us new perspectives. It can throw us off kilter at first until we adapt to it. But it shouldn't be that big of an issue. And it's saying balance spirituality and practicality. I'm thinking this is in your relationship, right? Really balance out that aspect. Your partner maybe your partner's super spiritual. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're just kind of a little bit, or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe one of you is more practical, one of you is more spiritual. Just figure out a way to balance it. Understand the give and take in that. And it's going to help you in your love life as well. It's going to help you transform, both of you probably. Because you got, balanced spirituality here. You got the lovers here, which is a balance. You got the two of coins, which is balance. You got the scales here, which is balance. So there is a situation, there's a new perspective that you're going to get that if you're not careful could throw you off kilter. So you may get dragged into the materialistic aspect of life because of whatever this opportunity is, but don't let it separate you too much from your spiritual practice or from your love life. Or vice versa if it's your partner or someone that you've met and now it's like, it's exciting, it's new, the relationship. Just don't let it separate you too much from your spiritual practice or from your family even, or whatever those other dynamics in your life are. You don't want it to lean too much in you either one way, and that's what the advice is saying. Either way, Leo, with that being said, please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it would help me and it would push the videos forward, and I'd be very grateful to you for that. Either way, happy new moon, and I hope to see you here again. Bye-bye, Leo.